Hey friend, my name is Kaylin Juliana, and I'm here to tell you about how I cured my acne by doing one important thing. So I have struggled with acne since I was a teenager, and it was one of those things that kind of came and went at different seasons or different times, but ultimately it was a consistent struggle throughout my teenage years and even into my 20s. It made me feel super alone and powerless and insecure, and no matter how many times I tried to tell myself that my skin is not my identity, people aren't only seeing that, it's so easy to believe that our skin is the thing that people are looking at, that they're judging us, that they're thinking we're ugly, especially if we ourselves feel that way. And even though it's not true, it was a super difficult thing and my biggest insecurity about my body. I tried so many different things and ways to fix it, and nothing seemed to be working. I tried all kinds of different topical treatments. I even did Proactive for a while, but everything would kind of work for a little bit and then just stop working, and it would not be effective in the long run. It would dry out my skin, it would bleach my towels and my blankets and sheets. It was super strong chemicals that weren't even fixing the problem, so I was feeling super discouraged, and especially as I got into my 20s, I started to feel like I shouldn't be dealing with this anymore. Why is this still an issue for me? And it was really painful. I had cystic acne, especially along my jawline. I was so consumed by this fear and this shame, and it was such a terrible feeling. And I understand if you've ever felt that way. It is not fun, and that's why I was so committed to figuring this out, because I didn't want to deal with that anymore. I really thought I was never gonna figure it out, that it was just something I was gonna always deal with, and I thought that the solution was something outside of me, right? Something that I would put on the pimples to make them go away. But I was thinking about it all wrong. I didn't realize until just in the past couple years that my framework for thinking about my skin was totally flawed and totally incorrect. And once I realized the one thing that I had to do, everything fell into place and it all clicked for me. And since then, I have had, for the most part, really clear skin. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. And as you can see, even scarring has faded, inflammation has faded, which has been just such a joy to experience. Honestly, I've come to experience so much freedom and so much power over my body now that I have realized what I needed to do. So, are you ready for it? The one thing that changed everything for me was food. The one thing that transformed my life was food. Dude, it's mind-blowing. Just wait, it gets better. Okay, so I thought I ate relatively healthy. I grew up with a mom who taught me well about nutrition, and she cared for her body, and I thought, I try to avoid super unhealthy things. I try to, focus on eating vegetables and salads and just be mindful of what I was eating. But everything we put into our mouths affects our bodies. Everything we eat affects how we live our lives, which is so crazy to me. So I would sign up for email lists here and there, like my top tips to cure acne, or, all that stuff. We've seen it all. I was starting to challenge my framework about food. I didn't even really consider that it could be what I was eating. I've never had any food allergies. I never had to restrict my diet for anything, which I was always thankful for. But I didn't realize there is a next level of understanding when it comes to food and how it impacts our bodies. It is such an interconnected thing that we don't even think about. But with every bite of food that we eat, that is sending information to our cells, to our brains, to our DNA for how it's going to function in our bodies and how we are going to feel. And this realization was so transformative for me. I discovered the book Clean Skin from Within, and the title instantly hooked me. I put a link in the description so you can check it out. But that book really opened my eyes to a whole new world of health. And I did an elimination diet. I don't like to think of my lifestyle now as a diet. I really believe that it is a new lifestyle for me. But the diet that I went on was very constrictive and it was very intense. I tend to have pretty good discipline when it comes to food. Not in every area of life, but when it comes to food, I tend to be pretty disciplined. And I was so committed to figuring this out, right? I was done dealing with acne. So I was like, I'm gonna figure this out and I'm going to beat this. So I went on this super restrictive diet for a while, several weeks at least, and cut out so many things that I was eating. So I cut out gluten, dairy, sugar, nightshade vegetables like tomatoes and eggplants, potatoes, eggs, caffeine, and it was pretty difficult. And it took me a while to kind of ease into it. I tried to go all or nothing, from the beginning, just do this and cut out all this stuff instantly, which was pretty difficult. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that method, but once I got adjusted to the new lifestyle, it started to affect me and I was so surprised by the results. People started to tell me that it looked like I had lost weight, which I didn't really think I had any weight to lose. I've always been pretty athletic and healthy, average weight for my height. So it was really unexpected when people would tell me that, and I was looking at myself and trying to think, have I lost weight? This is weird. But now looking back at pictures, I see how much more bloated I was, how much my face just looked fuller, and now it's more defined. I feel like I look how I should look, if that makes sense. I feel how I should feel. I feel very light and not bloated, not struggling with brain fog. I feel very clear and alert. I have a lot of energy. I feel amazing. And before this, I didn't realize that it's not normal to have stomach aches all the time. I would struggle with painful stomach aches semi-often and just thought it was normal. I just thought it was part of life. You just get stomach aches and you don't really know why, but it just happens and you gotta get over it, and I don't know. But now that's such a rare experience for me because I know my digestive system is healthy. So my fiance, Eric, he runs the channel Weight of Cinema, which you should check out because it is the coolest. He's always been super supportive of my journey, and he was helping me do some research because I was just feeling super discouraged. It wasn't fully working yet. I didn't feel like my skin was where I wanted it to be. So he was looking up some different articles and found a blog post by a woman who had a similar struggle, and she transformed her skin by focusing on bone broth and different gut healing foods. And this set me on a journey of fascination and so much learning with gut health. And I have learned that it is probably the most important thing about our health. Our gut, or our digestive system, it regulates our immune systems, and honestly, it's in charge of most things that go on in your body, right? Your gut health is crucial to your health as a person. And so many diseases and health conditions in America, especially today, are caused by our unhealthy diets and guts that are out of order and out of balance and don't have the right bacteria in them to properly function. And my mom actually has dealt with leaky gut, which is way more common than you would think. You should look it up, it's very interesting. But I started to just have this growing awareness that all of this was connected. My skin, my gut, my food, everything was all connected. And that changed everything. So as I focused on healing my gut, I basically found the magic key. And that sounds crazy, and I know there's so many videos and articles out there that say, oh, just use this one product, or just, rub this on your skin, or just sprinkle it over your pillow at night and it'll magically make everything better. And I think there can be validity to some of the products out there, but I believe most things are just a band-aid. And that's what I realized I was doing. I was putting a band-aid over the deeper wound, and I needed to heal myself from the inside out because the inflammation in my gut and inside my body was manifesting on my skin. So the acne was just a sign of an internal imbalance, and no amount of creams or lotions was going to make that go away. I needed to deal with the root of the issue, which was inside of me. And honestly, it works. I would recommend doing that before you try anything else because it really is life-changing in so many other ways that you wouldn't even expect. Basically, the food that I eat And my diet is a constant experiment, and it's something I really enjoy. I'm constantly learning new information and tweaking what I'm doing to be more effective, to be the healthiest version of myself I can be for not only myself, but everyone around me, because it really does affect my quality of life and how I'm able to show up in the world. So basically, after the elimination diet, I was able to slowly start adding things back in and figure out which were the trigger foods for me that caused that inflammation. And the main things are gluten, dairy, and sugar. Those are the top 3 most inflammatory foods that we can eat. And inflammation is such a danger to our bodies. It impacts us, especially in the long run, in more ways than we even know right now. So by turning my focus from the outside to the inside and fixing my gut, I found so much healing. And truly, I feel so much more control over my body and over my skin, because now I know why I break out. Now I know how to counteract that. So I focus on eating gut healing foods, drinking bone broth, eating sauerkraut, focusing on vegetables and whole real foods, not packaged or processed foods, and also making sure my macros were in the right ratio. So eating a lot more healthy fats and eating less carbs really was a trick for me. So you might be thinking, oh my gosh, of course, why does it have to be so hard? Why can't it just be as simple as putting something on my face and making it all go away? The cure for acne can look different for different people, because everybody is unique and every person deals with different things. But I think it's super important to pay attention to our bodies and to be in tune with our health from the inside out, not just try to put a band-aid over that. And I know that it's hard for some people to give up certain foods that they love, but honestly, I don't even regret it. I don't even look back and think, oh, I wish I could eat like that all the time, because I know that the way I feel is so worth it. And also, I love eating healthy because it's actually delicious and fun, and I've found so many great recipes that replace and even taste better to me than the unhealthy versions of those things that I would eat before. And I do treat myself once in a while. I don't always avoid gluten, because I know that, I can tolerate small amounts of it. It's all about grace and balance and not beating yourself up, but saying, I'm committed to this lifestyle, and it's okay if I take a day and just enjoy something, but tomorrow I know that I'm committed to feeling great and taking the best care of myself possible. So I'll enjoy this meal or I'll enjoy this dessert, but I know that it's not going to be my lifestyle, so therefore it's okay. I don't eat this all the time. There's so much more I could go over, but I wanted to give you guys the main thing that has helped me to transform my skin and also my life. And I'm sure there's more that I could cover. So if you want to hear more about recipes or specific skincare routines that I do, or essential oils, which I also enjoy, anything regarding that, I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback, and let me know if this works for you. Please reach out if you need support or encouragement or anything. I just want to help you to get to the place that I am now, feeling so good in my skin and feeling so confident. It really changes everything. So the main thing is be healthy and your skin will thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful to you. Please like this video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you'd like to follow along and hear more content like this. I really appreciate you, and I'm so excited to connect more. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.